What's going on, guys? This is Zach, and today we have the performance review on the Adidas CrazyLight Boost 2016. When it's all said and done, if you enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'm going to have plenty of more content coming soon. There are a bunch of performance reviews coming, regular reviews as well, so you guys are going to want to make sure you subscribe. And with that being said, let me go ahead and say that these shoes, retailing at $120, are probably the best bang for your buck shoe of the year. Now let's go ahead and get up close though. Alright guys, so for the traction, you guys can see they have this very aggressive multi-directional pattern that uses the Continental rubber compound, and honestly these things performed well on every single court condition. Would I take these bad boys outside? You might want to look somewhere else. They might last you a little bit, but eventually they're going to wear down. But indoors, these things are absolutely phenomenal. The Continental rubber acts like it almost wants to stick to the floor at all times. It's really nice, guys, and I can't express that enough. I experienced Continental rubber in the D Lillard 2 and I thought it was very nice, but I think with this pattern here, they definitely upgraded. So if you experience the D Lillard 2, then these are another level up. These things, once again, are super nice. Of course, if you're on a court that's completely trashed, you're gonna have to wipe here and there. That goes with any shoe though, and these really are the best of the best. And speaking of the best, let's talk about the cushion real quick. Full length boost was implemented in the CrazyLight 2016, and that's definitely a huge upgrade of what was found in the CrazyLight 2015. Personally, I found the boost to be a little bit more firm than what was found on the D-Rose 6, but that didn't take anything away from the cushion itself. It still was absolutely amazing, and it's still my favorite setup out on the market right now. I really like how they caged up the forefoot on the lateral side to give you that support that you need, but they kept the medial side forefoot free to allow the boost to really do its job. My favorite thing about Boost cushion is that they provide amazing cushioning, but they still give you quite a bit of court feel, so you're really getting the best of both worlds. Personally, I find this to be the best balance of the two on the market right now, and that's why it's my personal favorite cushion. Why look anywhere else when you can get full length cushion that has the best impact protection while still giving you amazing court feel? There was only one minor complaint that I had with the cushion, and that you can see on my right shoe, the boost is starting to separate from the midsole. I'm pretty sure that's where it's like glued on there, and it's just starting to separate. I don't know if I'm just like going too hard on the court or something, but that definitely shouldn't happen. And honestly, I wouldn't expect that to happen for every pair. Personally, I just think that's a flaw in my pair, but that did happen to me and it was negative, so I definitely have to let you guys know in the review. Moving on to the materials, I really did enjoy the jacquard upper. Basically, it's just another way of saying a woven upper. And these things were super light, super flexible, and they didn't cause any distractions on my feet whatsoever, and that was definitely the most enjoyable part. Another part of the materials that I enjoyed is that in the high wear areas, they actually put down little strips of rubber to prevent the material from tearing. Personally, I just feel like that's a little bit of an upgrade from the Fuse. This isn't going to show wear like the Fuse does. You guys can also see that in the midfoot area they have those lace loops that are pretty much a very common thing on basketball shoes nowadays. We know those do their job, we know those work, and they're really just going to hug your foot and provide a better fit. But we'll get into that later. And one final thing to note, the shoe has this neoprene material. Basically it just kind of clings to your Achilles area just to add some extra lockdown. Once again, we're going to go over that stuff in the fit section coming up right now. I need to address something real quick with Adidas shoes. I went ahead and got my true size 11, but I should have known better because it seems like every single time I wear an Adidas shoe, I get a 10.5, and that's what fits me better, compared to whereas I get something like on an Under Armour, on a Nike, or on a Jordan, a size 11 is perfect for me. Every single shoe that I own from Adidas, a size 10.5 has fit me better, with the exception of the Adidas Ultra Boost. That's the only shoe where I like the size 11. If you take a look at a tag on a Nike box, a size 11 USA is a size 10 UK, whereas if you look at an Adidas box, a size 11 US is a size 10.5 UK. That's just something that I'm going to throw out there, and from now on in my reviews, I'm going to reference my Nike true to size as a size 11, and I'm going to reference my Adidas true to size as a 10.5. So with that being said, I did get an 11 and I wish I got a 10.5. So what I'm going to say is go with your standard Adidas size, which is a half size down compared to your regular Nike size. I hate to confuse you, but I hope that kind of straightened things out a little bit. I really just thought I should throw that out there. So getting back to what we talked about in the material section, we have those lace loops that always do their job. They hug my foot at all times. And then you guys can see at the upper lace loop area, they have this plastic wing. That was another thing that did a great job in helping my foot contained and really keeping it in the back of the footbed. Similar to the KD9, I was a little bit worried with heel lockdown when I got the shoe because there's so much padding in that back heel area. I'm gonna address it again. Whenever there's padding, I seem to have some issues, but thankfully that was not an issue in this shoe. There's that huge TPU heel counter in the back, and that really does a great job, along with those plastic wing pieces I was just talking about, keeping your foot contained into that back area. Even though these were a half size big for me, I still felt locked down and contained at all times. That neoprene piece that I was talking about also kind of just hugs your Achilles. It does help slightly with that heel containment, but honestly I think they could have done without it, and you would have experienced no slippage as well. Now let's go ahead and jump into the support. Just like most shoes, about 75% of the support is coming from the fit and the materials used along the upper. With the jacquard definitely being on the soft side, the support is minimal, but it's definitely enough. The combination of the lace loops and the heel counter in the back was plenty, and never once did I feel insecure while playing in the shoe. The addition of the TPU cage on the lateral forefoot did a nice job. It really kept the boost stable during the ride, and I think that if it wasn't there, then I think these things could have been a little bit more unstable and prone to ankle injuries. But thankfully Adidas slapped that on there and it really took care of everything. On the bottom of the shoe you guys can see that TPU shank plate. Basically that's just there for torsional support, and yes, it does do its job as always. And you can also see that piece continuing up to the arch area, providing a little bit extra arch support as well. Because of the way the materials are, the support is on the minimal side. I wouldn't suggest this shoe to the super powerful type of players or big centers that have weak ankles. You're gonna want to look in another direction, but if you're a guard, quick on your feet, light on your feet, this is definitely going to be supportive enough for you. Alright guys, that's just going to about wrap it up for the review on the CrazyLight Boost 2016. Overall, man, these things are absolutely phenomenal, especially if you like low tops, man. These things are just crazy. I'm personally a low top fan myself. I do prefer them over high tops, and these are probably the best low top on the market right now. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. And you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snups at ZKAllDay1. I'm gonna have all the links down in the description below. Make sure you guys follow me for all things kicks. Not too much else to talk about though, guys, so I'll see you next time.